Hey guys, welcome to my channel. At this moment, I don't even have a name for it, so hopefully by the time you see this video, we will have an official name, email. Today's point of the video is, I'm super excited. It's an unboxing. I've never done one of these before, so I'm hopefully, everything's set up correctly. I got the top camera right here so you guys can get a look at what I'm doing. And of course, the camera right in front of me. So today, we are going to be unboxing the Mavic 2 Zoom. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I used to have a Mavic Air and I absolutely loved that drone. It was my very first drone of the DJI brand. I had a couple others prior to it. They were very, very entry level, just, you can crash them in a heartbeat. So when I first bought the Mavic Air, it came suggested by a buddy of mine that I met through the car scene. We're at a car meet. He was like, hey, check this out. Showed me his Mavic Air. I fell in love with it instantly, bought it, and I was never looking back. Fast forward a few years, I'm over at the beach. I moved over to Virginia Beach. I'm at the beach with the family, and I slammed the drone into the pier, and it fell into the Atlantic Ocean. And if it was warmer temperatures and maybe not right next to the pier, I might have considered jumping in and getting it. However, that wasn't the case, so I said farewell to it and started looking for something to upgrade. I had already known that the Mavic 2 had come out, didn't know it had two different modes or two different options between the Mavic Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom. I went with the Zoom only because I thought why not, and also its price point. There are tons of reviews out there about the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom that just speak to the reasons as to why one is cheaper than the other. I'm hoping that maybe from my point of view, I can expand on somebody who's more budget conscious. So for me, I'm not rolling in the dough by any means, but I do have expensive habits between cars and technology, computers, as you can see behind me, for editing, photography. So my habits, my hobbies are not cheap. So I bring to you the Refurbished unit. As you can see right here in the corner, Refurbished unit, DJI.com. I read into the Refurbished program, and pretty much nothing has ever been crashed. Nothing's ever been damaged in any way, shape, or form. What they do is they take these units in, maybe somebody bought it. A few days later, they had buyer's remorse and they thought, oh, either it was the wrong one for them, the price point just ended up being too much and they came to their senses. Whatever the situation may be, the whole reason they returned it was not because they crashed it. These aren't units that they got for an insurance, care, the DJI Mavic Care refresh plan, and then put back on a shelf from what I have researched. If you know a little bit more in depth about the refurbished units, feel free to leave it in the comments below so that everybody can learn, but that's what I'm bringing to you today. This came in at roughly $1,300 for the refurbished, and I found new ones in the $1,400–1,500 range, and then of course you've got the Mavic 2 Pro that's even more expensive. And this came with just the regular remote control, not the upgraded one, which I may look into getting eventually once I get my Part 107 and we start doing some commercial jobs and start really ramping up, which is my intentions with this drone. So I bring to you the Mavic 2 Zoom refurbished unit, and before we dig in, obviously we can take a look at the box, and the box looks like it is literally from the factory. So I have no reason to doubt what DJI, or in this situation I bought it off of expodrones.com. I have no reason to doubt that it is somebody who might have just come in and regretted buying it for their own personal reasons. No fault of the drone itself. So you can see the box is absolutely gorgeous in the wrap and everything. So whatever this, it looks like it's just a sticker. I can kind of clip it with my nails, so it looks like somebody might have returned it. Because it was returned and officially had been purchased, it fell into that refurbished category. Some of them that may have been opened, again, doing some research on the Expo Drone website, many of the ones perhaps that were opened go through a complete inspection, making sure that nothing is damaged before they put it on the availability list. All right, so that's still there. Yeah, this is definitely just some sort of sticker that they threw on the box to classify it in that refurbished world, if you will. Chuck that out of here. All right. So again, pull the sleeve off. Right here we have the safety tab, marking that of course it's perhaps, again, it's refurbished, not new in the box, but maybe I got lucky. Maybe this one actually left the store and was never removed from the box. So, but it's always a gamble when you deal with items that have been refurbished, right? So you never really know. Let's go ahead and open this. And right off the bat, we can see that it's definitely refurbished. As you can see here, some of these stickers, the immediate labels, they're already kind of peeled up. So right off the bat, of course, I need to be careful as to, you know, once I'm opening this up, making sure that there is nothing damaged. I can see just some fingerprints, some smudges. So, of course, it comes with the remote control, the screen that is off of the original Mavic Pro and Mavic series. Let's see here. Really don't see much. There's a slight scuff right here, but it just rubbed right off. So as we can see right here, it's already been lifted. So we'll hope for the best as far as what's going to happen with the screen underneath it. And then we have, well, we'll leave that for last. Then we've got a box here. Let's see what comes with this. So here we've got what appears to be part of the charge cable. Definitely is part of the charge cable. Everything, again, I can't emphasize enough how good the box itself is looking. Obviously, the fact that it was taken out of the box through the evidence of these stickers does speak to the fact that overall, maybe they got it in the air, who knows. But what I'm seeing so far, everything is nice, packaged back in as if it was straight off of the shelf, so I've got no complaints so far. I do love the fact that they came with the little cable organizer. That did not come with the Mavic Air from what serves me with my memory, so that's nice to have. Keep everything in one place. Don't have to worry about everything getting all confused. Here's the charge pack that has the adapter for the batteries as well as the charging hub, which we will be unboxing the Fly More package as well, so that's coming up after we're done with the drone itself and its accessories. So everything here looks fine, no bent pins, nothing that concerns me as far as, you know, again, the refurbished aspect of this. And then we have for the remote. Now this is pretty cool. I like the fact that unlike the Mavic Air, where you had to plug in the USB to be able to charge your remote, this is already built in, so that's pretty cool. I did notice that having the length of the other cable with the Mavic Air was beneficial, because a lot of times, you know, area can be, you know, it can be a low surface area where you are, and so this is kind of short, but obviously as long as you have a nice table like the one I'm on right now, you have no problem plugging this into the hub, and then of course sitting the remote right next to it and charging the remote. So that's real sweet. Oh, a bunch of stuff's in here. Alright, so that's it for that box. Let's see what we got. So we have the, looks like an adapter piece. I'm going to go ahead and just rip this up. Hopefully this doesn't become a refurbished for someone else, because I ruined that little plastic piece. So this is the adapter, what I know came with the Mavic Air in order to adapt your USB-C into the older Android version charge cables, be able to charge a remote. In this case, that is already, like I showed before, provided on the actual charging pack. So the reason for this, I don't know. It'll become apparent once I find the need to use it. So we'll put that right there. Let's see what this next one is. Again, I'm not making this refurbished friendly. I'm just kind of ripping into these. So, oops. Alright, so this is the USB-C. And then of course my phone, let's see what came on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna peel this up. And lo and behold, the little bit of damage and scuffing you can kind of see on this film is strictly held to the film itself. The screen here looks immaculate. It looks brand new, so that's impressive and holds true to the Refurbished plan, where they go and they really give the entire equipment one good look over to make sure that they're not selling something that's got prior damage. So as we can see here, they have the adapter for the smartphone or smart device. For an iPhone, I have the USB-C, so I'll obviously be changing that out. So the iPhone is currently installed on the controller. So we have the old school Android version here. I don't even know if that's the correct term. I doubt it is actually. But for the older Android chargers, and let's see. All right, so we've got them all USB-C. Sorry, I looked on the wrong side of that one. This is the USB-C, and then this is the Android, and then of course the iPhone is already installed on the remote itself. So just like the Mavic Air, you get adapters for all three types of chargers provided for you, and then they've already got the little sleeves installed on them. So that's pretty cool. I mean, really the one that's on there tends to not come out from what I've noticed. And then we've got the extra set of thumbsticks for the remote. There's already a set installed on the remote itself, so this is just a spare set. That way if something happens, of course, you know, we're not without our thumbsticks. And I never found an issue with misplacing them ever. I mean, I tried to keep myself as disciplined as possible when it came to dealing with my other drone, the Mavic Air. If I took them off, they went right in their pockets. If I took them out of their pockets, they went and they got installed right on the remote, because they are little, and God forbid you miss one of these, it's going to be a heck of a time. But they provide extras. So DJI, I've noticed, is a great drone company. The ones I owned before my Mavic Air were very off. Well, I would consider them off-brand, but very, very low tech in reference to the drone world. You know, drones in general, of course, are very high tech, but when you look at the drones I had versus what DJI has, definitely low tech in the drone world, the ones I started out with, and I'm really glad I ended up moving up to the DJI Mavic Air. So let's see here. So we've got props. Comes with 3 sets, 3 pairs it looks like. And here's one pair that has the white ring, just another way to identify where it is on which arm it goes on. Or, well, this has white, so maybe I'm just confused. Or did they just come in pairs of... Okay, so they come just in pairs with 1 white and 1 black in each box. So it's safe to assume if I flip this guy over, yep, we've got no white ring and the white ring. So they just come in pairs. And of course the DJI Care Refresh Plan and other manuals and booklets that are obviously very important. One thing I did do was I did read up on the intelligent flight batteries when I got my Mavic Air. I'm assuming it's going to be the same situation, but I will be going over this later on to make sure that I'm familiar as to the proper way to, you know, charge them and use them. I know the Mavic Air had a very particular, you know, you don't want to waste, you know, drain the battery completely down to 0 because of what they are. You can actually damage the battery itself and make it useless, or you're just going to hurt its longevity later on down the road. So I always recommend you go through, take the time, read all of these pamphlets like I'm going to do, being that it's a new unit to myself. But it just, always know what you're dealing with. You don't want just lack of knowledge to be the reason that you damage or can't enjoy fully something that you invest so much money into. And then that looks like it's it. So now we get to the drone itself. Nice and snug in there. Again, this is the zoom version. Again, as we can see, whoever might have returned this unit, you can see that these little edges are already lifted. So I'm gonna go ahead and just peel this off, take it back off like it was already. Toss that off to the side. We've got the lens protectors still on all the anti-collision sensors, so that's cool. That definitely is something you don't want to have scratched, right? One of the great things about this unit, that not only is it a difference from the Mavic Pro, but it's also a complete upgrade to the Mavic Air I used to have, is that this unit now has the anti-collision on all sides versus just front, back, and then underneath for the precision landing. There are different modes, of course, in the entire software that disable some of those, so you're not always going to have that full 360, or what I like to consider 720, because you've got the top and bottom as well. They're not always going to be engaged at all times. So just, again, if you read up on these instruction manuals, you're going to know when it is that they're engaged and when they're not. That way you preserve the life and your investment on something like this. Major reason why I went with the zoom, again, was for price point, but it was also just because I thought it was cool, that just the thought that you can zoom in on a drone and really just open up a ton of possibilities in reference to what you can do just right there. Same camera. You don't have to like come down and hope that you have a different camera. I know that a lot of the more high-tech drones had options where you could just put your own camera on it. You could, you know, put a GoPro or just something like that, whereas something like this or the Mavic Air, it's the camera's on it, that's it. That's the camera you're stuck with. And so the thought of having the zoom is really awesome. And then I also found out that the Mavic 2 Pro actually has zoom capabilities as well, but they're more of the digital type. It's not the actual lens itself doing the zooming in and out. So, I mean, the fact that that camera, for its price point, can also do the zoom ability is pretty awesome. So just either way, I love the fact of what these drones could do, and when I lost my Mavic Air, I thought, why not? Why stick with the Mavic Air when I have the opportunity to just get something that's gonna step my game up, step up just everything, every aspect about potentially my business. Again, I'm gonna go try to get that part 107. So this video is dragging on. Now that we see everything that's here, I'm not gonna bore with like the, you know, the assembly or anything. I know that there's tons of videos out there that show the assembly. I will also make one about putting it together, but for now we're just doing the unboxing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy over here with its propellers, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we're back, and like I said before, not only were we unboxing the Mavic 2 Zoom, but we're also unboxing the Mavic 2 Fly More kit. I definitely bought the Fly More kit when I bought my Mavic Air. I thought, why not? It's an incredible bundle for what you're getting, especially if you're someone like me who, like, once I really got into what the drones could do and just that community and just seeing the abilities, I was super excited the fact that I bought the Fly More package, just because with the Mavic Air, with and I ended up buying a 4th battery as well. So they come with 2 extra batteries, just like this one does. But I ended up investing in a 4th battery, which I'm going to end up doing with this one. And Mavic Air, it was able to give me just over 50 minutes of flight time. It, of course, depends on the mode you're flying in, as far as, you know, sports mode or just, you know, basic flight mode. It also depends on your distances too. The further away you are, the less flight time you're going to have. I tend to keep a lot of things closer to me. That way I know that while I'm flying, the distance and battery required to come back from whatever I'm doing isn't going to eat up so much that I have to be concerned, and then you're losing that flight time and that recordability, right? So again, here's the Mavic 2 Fly More kit, and let's get into the unboxing of this one. So again, I don't know if this was part of the Refurbished. It didn't say it was, so I'm assuming this was just a kit they pulled off the side. I absolutely love these kits. I think DJI does a really great job of not only the quality of it all, but just the things that they give you. I mean, you get this drone, why not get, you know, again, it's all price point, right? It's all based off what you can do, because not everybody's the same. Me, I went this route because I found it a little cheaper than the market value, and the fact that I needed one anyways. And I'm about the philosophy, if it's broken, do your best, if it's within, you know, your financial situation, of course, to try to upgrade it. Get the next best thing. Don't settle for what came from the factory, if you will. Obviously, this is different. I lost my Mavic Air, and I couldn't find just the Mavic Air alone, at least not the websites that I went to. So I just said, screw it. I ended up giving a buddy of mine who you will see his unboxing video of his Mavic Air, Bobby. I ended up giving him my Flymore kit, and he ended up buying a Mavic Air. So we'll see a lot of interaction between him, myself, and just teaching him what I learned about, you know, owning a Mavic Air. But that's part of the reason why I went with the Mavic 2 Zoom, was just something better, and I do plan to do business with it. So the Mavic Air, while I think it could have done an excellent job in the drone market as far as like doing professional work for people, it's not as good of a drone. Phenomenal drone. I'll never talk it down. I loved it, but it's not the Mavic or the Mavic 2 as we have here. So this case, of course, part of the Flymore kit, I think it's great. I think my first impression is, wow. Large, but looks like it's got, we've got a little door here, a little zipper for something up front. I don't know, maybe some of the extra cords. We got this little flapper. Let's open this up. Sorry about the wobbly table. When we moved, something happened to the table itself, and now it's kind of motion sickness, you know, inducing, if you will. Desiccant pads. Pockets. There's a pocket right here. Kind of flaps up. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna have to work on my lighting, but kind of pocket here flaps up. You've got your batteries. Again, this kit comes with 2 of them, and they're rated at 31 minutes of flight. Some of the other research I've done as far as like the batteries are concerned, a little splitter. Some of the other research I've done as far as like the battery and the flight time, everyone's kind of ranging in, saying an average of between 24 and 26 minutes. I still think that's amazing. Let's think about what you're doing in the air. So to get that out of a drone, to me, I think is awesome. So I'll definitely have 0 complaints there. And you have to think about it, I'm also coming from a Mavic Air that had an average of 15 minute flight time. And I had tons of time in the air considering. Of course, we get the spare blades. Desk bag right here. But first impression of the bag is just typical DJI. In my opinion, top quality. It looks great. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what it comes with. So the kit, of course, comes with a spare set of blades, 2 spare batteries. Of course, we got the kit info booklet, and let's see what's inside this box. So this, yes, I love this. So this is a car charger, and with the Mavic Air, this was not an option. Well, it was an option. Let me rephrase that statement. It was an option with the Mavic Air, but you had to go out and you had to buy it, and it was not cheap. But this, coming in the kit itself, already ready to go for the charge hub, I think is an absolute win when it comes to just products that they include in this kit. And I think it should be modified for the Mavic Air or future renditions of the Mavic Air. So, and I'm assuming from the size of this item that this is the hub, because again, it comes with a charge hub that charges up to 4 batteries. I have not seen the hub just yet. And there it is. It's also more than just the hub. So again, here's your charging hub that just folds open to reveal 4 very sturdy charging docks. And the beauty of it is the way they designed it, I thought it was brilliant, is that it loads the battery, it charges the batteries by finding the one that is holding the most charge as it is once you plug it in. So if you've got 2 batteries at 50% and 1 battery at 30%, it's going to go and it's going to charge those 50% batteries first. That way you're back in the air faster than having to wait because, oh, I plugged in the 30% battery first, so it's going to target that one first. No, not the case. It's going to find the one that's going to get you back in the air the fastest. And then the strap for the bag itself, very, very nice quality of just everything that I've noticed about DJI is amazing. And then you've got the power bank adapter that plugs into your Intelligent Flight battery, and then with this one, it actually offers 2 USB ports, unlike the Mavic Air that offered 1, so that's awesome. Now you can charge your phone or pretty much anything, and because of these batteries being so good, you're really not using a ton of power from the battery itself, so that's awesome. So again, this is everything in the Fly More kit, your spare props, the 2 batteries, the adapter, charging hub, the charger that's for your car, and the strap. All right, guys, now let's pack it all the way in the bag, shall we? Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a speed lapse, if you will, time lapse in here, just speed this little video up for you. So we're gonna have to slow this down because I've hit a bit of a snag. These batteries aren't wanting to go in the way that I originally saw them in there. So I'm assuming it has to do with operator error, of course. Maybe I've put the Mavic Air in there incorrectly. I said Mavic Air. Mavic 2 Zoom, I apologize. I might have put the Mavic 2 Zoom in there prematurely or just maybe backwards, because it's definitely not wanting to fit these batteries as I saw them, but that's how they came in it. So, well, I may just have to do a video of the Houdini trick that it takes to get this unit inside this bag, because as of right now, I'm taking way too much of your time, and I haven't even gotten the drone or the controller into this bag. So I'll definitely do a video once I figure this out, but I'm just too excited to get this thing charged, and it's time to hook it up so we can get some footage of flying this thing. Thanks again for watching the channel. Please share, like, subscribe. I plan on doing so many more of these, and it's really all, again, about you guys. I want to do things about the car scene, the drone scene, editing, photography, going for beaches on, walks on the beach, finding hiking trails, barbecuing. If you name it, I want to do it, and I want to bring you into my world and just be able to share my life with you guys, and some of the bad, some of the ugly, and definitely a lot of the fun. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.